Hey everybody, I hope this video finds you well. Today we are going to be looking at how to trim a video file for free using Microsoft Photos, which is a free application from Microsoft. If you're not familiar with Microsoft Photos, prior to Windows 10, they used to give you a software on your computer called Microsoft Movie Maker. Photos is basically their replacement of Microsoft Movie Maker. So let's say you've got a large video file on your computer that you just want to get a little bit of content out of. That's what we're going to be doing today. I'm assuming some of you might have come to this video because you've watched some of my other videos in the past where I walk you through how to connect your VCR to your computer so you can save all of your VHS content. Or maybe you've watched my video in the past where I show you how you can hook up your Sony PlayStation or your Nintendo and record your gameplay on your computer. What you end up with is a large video file on your computer, and maybe there's only a little bit of that video file that you'd like to trim out. That's what we're going to be doing in today's video. So I've got a video example. We'll look at what we're talking about. I hooked up my VCR to my computer. I downloaded a video file. Let's look at this file. It's 1.19 gigs and it's 12 minutes and 34 seconds. I'm going to open up the video file. And you'll see as I go through this video file, now this is just an example. You can apply this how you want. There's some stuff here on the video file, a bunch of junk. This is a bunch of junk. I'm going through, there's all of this stuff. Well, if I get down and find something that I actually want in the video file, we don't have to keep all this other junk. We can remove this stuff and just get to it. Let's take this clip for example. So 7 minutes and 22 seconds in, there's a commercial with Mike Ditka. Let's say I'm a huge Chicago Bears fan and I just want this commercial of Mike Ditka out of this video file. How would I do it? That's what we're going to do. That's going to be our example for today. So I'm going to close this video. What we need to do is we need to go on our computer. We need to type in the search bar here. We're going to look for photos. It should look just like this. This is what the icon looks like. If you don't have it on your computer, you'll need to install it. Again, it's totally free. Microsoft is the provider, so you can bet that it's safe, or at least it's safer than some of the third-party ones out there, I should say. Once you've got it on your computer, we're going to simply click open. Now, mine has been used before. When you open yours, you shouldn't see anything in there. You'll probably get some kind of welcome screen. All we're going to do is we're going to click at the top, Video Editor. Again, if you've previously used it, you're going to see content in here. In your case, you shouldn't see anything. Regardless, you're going to want to choose New Video Project. And then it's going to come up and say, what's the name of your video project? You don't have to name it, or you can just call it whatever you want. Test YouTube is what I'm going to call this one. So the first thing we need to do is we need to add the large video file that we're wanting to trim down. You can click on the add button here and you can map to it on your computer, or if you've got it handy right here, you can just click and drag it and it's going to put it in there. Now remember, I've got a 1.19 gig 12-minute file and it's taken a few seconds to load it. If you're somebody who has recorded a whole VHS tape and you've got a 5-hour file that's 30 gigs, this step could take several minutes to complete depending on the size of your file. You'll see in my case it didn't take very long. So just an FYI, if your file is big and it's just sitting there trying to load it, give it some time. It might take some time. So what we've got here is we've got our large video file. We're going to move this video file down to the storyboard. The storyboard is basically our editor where we can take this up here is basically going to be all of the content you can use, and then when you put it in the storyboard, that's where you can actually edit it. So if I go down to the storyboard and I click play, we're going to see it's playing the whole video. I haven't done any adjustments now. So again, it's a 12-minute 34-second video clip. Now remember, we said we wanted to go get that Mike Ditka video that was about 7 minutes and 20 seconds in. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and just move this to the point of the video that I actually want. Now you can do this a couple of different ways. I'm going to show you the way that I do it. We're going to go ahead and hit play. And that commercial should be coming up here pretty soon. There's the commercial I want. So we want to set this as the starting point of our video. What we're going to do is we're going to choose split. what it's doing is it's going to take us to a different screen, and it's going to say, where does clip 1 start and where does clip 2 start? So what I'm going to do is I can either drag this back, or I can use these fine-tuned adjustments, and I can gradually go until I get to the beginning of my starting point. So let me click a few times here. Because it's micro adjustments, it can take a little bit of time. You usually only use this feature when you know you're pretty close to where it starts. So give me a second. Let's get pretty close. Ah, this is perfect. So we're in between the commercials. So I'm going to go ahead and click Done. And you'll see that what it's done is it's taken this one video file that I put down here, and it's broken it up into 2 different video files. The first one being the first 7 minutes and 19 seconds of this video up top, the second one being the last 5 minutes and 15 seconds of that video up top. I don't need this first video clip. Remember, this second video clip should start with the Mike Ditka commercial because that's where we split it. So this first video clip we can get rid of. I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to say remove this video clip. Now we've taken our 12-minute video, we've brought it down to a 5-minute and 15-second video clip. Now we need to do the exact same thing, but we need to get rid of everything after the Mike Ditka commercial. So I'm simply going to choose this video down here, click split. We could do it from the top, and I'm going to click play, and I'm going to tell it at what point do I want to split this video so it creates a separate video file.
Talk to your doctor about Levitra. Ask your doctor if a free sample is right for you. Levitra, stay in the game.
So it's going to be right about there. Again, we can use the micro adjustments to go back just a little bit and get it perfect. There we go. So it's exactly 15 seconds. I'm going to click done. You'll see up top it's telling you the first clip is going to be exactly 15 seconds. The second video file it's going to create is going to be 5 minutes, 0 seconds, and 0.006 of a second. I'm going to click done. Now again, I've got 2 separate video files down here. The first one is just the Mike Ditka commercial. The second one is the rest of my 12-minute video clip that we started with. I can simply right click on this and do remove. Now, if we play everything in our storyboard, all we have is a 15-second Mike Ditka commercial. We started out with a 12-minute video. We've trimmed it down to the 15 seconds that we actually cared about, and we've got 1 video file. So now all you really need to do is get this video file out of Microsoft Photos. Now, the one thing that you'll need to look at is if you click on the 3 dots up here, this is kind of an optional thing. You can choose whether you want it in 16:9 or 4:3 format. So I'm just going to leave it in 16:9. I'm going to simply click Finish Video. Then it says, what's the quality do you want? Do you want 1080p, 720p, or 540p? I'm going to do 1080p. I'm going to choose Export. It says, where do you want to put it? I'm going to go ahead and put it out here. And we'll just call this Test YouTube. You'll notice that it's using the same name that I named my video project, but we can rename that anything we want. So I'm going to just call this Mike Ditka. I think I spelled that right. And we're going to export it. It's going to bring it up and it's going to play it. You can close this. At this point, we're done with Microsoft Photos. I can close Microsoft Photos. Now let's go to that directory, and what we have is a video file called Mike Ditka that's 15 seconds long that we created out of this first video file that was 12 minutes and 34 seconds long. I can right click on it, I can play it. It's going to be just like any other video file on your computer.
All you need to stay in a game. What you're doing now isn't working.
Pretty simple stuff. That is how you can use Microsoft Photos to condense or trim your large video files. As always, I hope the video helps. If it does help, I hope you'll think about giving me a like or maybe subscribing to this channel.